All right, here we are Monday of the next week. Want to do a little update so you guys can see what's going on. The upstairs where we're going to tear down that wall, we are still waiting on the city to approve the demolition permit as well as the building plan. That should be done tomorrow. We can continue that. There's an asbestos test going on just to make sure that all of that's clear. So we didn't touch that at all today. What we've been doing mostly is end of last week we tore out the reception desk, which is awesome. They left the flooring in place in a couple places, which is kind of a little bit of a bummer. We've got paint going in. Our trusty painter is here painting these rooms, which are gonna look super awesome. Yay, they're white and not beige anymore, so that's super cool. We're putting LED bulbs everywhere, so we don't wanna have to change them, so that's really nice. And then let's look at the big exciting thing. For one, this bathroom right here, we tore out everything. So toilet's gone, sink is gone, everything's gone. We're gonna get new flooring in here, new paint, new everything. We're gonna tear this weird thing off of here. I don't know why they spent all this time to put ugly OSB over top of a vent pipe that's not that ugly, but we're gonna get that fixed. New everything, because this bathroom was gross. And that's the main bathroom for the studio. Can't have a gross bathroom. The big thing we did today though, was we started framing an area here to cover up all of the utilities over there. So we just wanna make sure that people aren't messing with stuff back there, kind of like lock it off from people. So we're just gonna build a little three-sided wall around that area. This is the main wall right here. We've got that framed out. And then we've got a diagonal wall right there that's gonna mount against that beam, and then we've got a little door that's gonna go over there. So just some nice kind of cosmetic stuff to make it clean. Next thing in the warehouse is we're having a drywall person coming out to do an estimate on covering this whole wall with drywall, because as you can see, this was a warehouse, like active forklift warehouse before we moved in here. And so there's a lot of tears in the bats of insulation, which are not ideal. Luckily, the ceiling bats are in great shape, and those are the harder ones to change. So we're hoping they can just drywall this and call it a day. So that's kind of the update for the day. Tomorrow, we're gonna finish framing out that door, or framing out that little room, as well as doing our upstairs if we get the permit approved, or when we get the permit approved. I also think it's kind of funny. You can tell it's a photography school because it's like construction all around and then like pro photo lights, because why not? Gotta have those set up. Hope you guys like it. We'll go ahead and update tomorrow when it's tomorrow. See you guys later. All right, so the first thing, we are right up here. The main entrance is right there. So came up these main stairs, and the first thing that I want to show you guys is this first classroom. You'll remember in the last video there was a wall. Well, there's no longer a wall. There's a giant pile of crap. So what's next is we have to obviously get all this trash out. We actually have a garbage company here in Missoula coming to drop a big construction dumpster right out there. I wish these windows opened because we could just chuck it right out, but they're gonna put a dumpster out there, so we need to basically haul all of this down the stairs, get it in the dumpster, get it put away, and then we're just gonna be working on electrical and data and making sure that all of the electrical lines that run down up there and all of the data lines that run over there are put in the walls where we need them to be. And then we're gonna do drywall repair, and we might hang a fresh ceiling. We also might do something unique with the ceiling up here, because I really like the way that the structural members look up here. I think it's a cool looking classroom in just the way that it kind of feels like if you're the teacher. This is kind of the view from the front of the room, which is kind of awesome. So I kind of like the look up there. Obviously we'd get rid of these little flexible ductwork and we just leave the rigid ducts, and we'd put just some 90s and some little like louvers on the bottom to make them spit out air in all directions. But overall, beautiful classroom. So many windows, so many like ways to get fresh light in here. All the windows have blinds, which is awesome. So that's done. And then the other thing is, in here, we are going to rip down this wall and combine this space, which is about 15 by 20, maybe 14, 13 by 20. And then this space, which is maybe 10 by 20. And we're gonna combine them into one big room. So this whole wall is gonna come down, and this is gonna be another classroom with window light and everything that we're looking for. So that's kind of where we are now. We're just waiting on a permit from the city to get approved on tearing down that wall. And once we have that, we'll be moving forward and making this all happen. It's kind of awesome. All right, it's Wednesday of week 2. It's been exactly about 2 weeks actually. We finally got the permit approved for the demolition, and the asbestos report came back clear. So it's finally time to remove that pile and bring it down to the dumpster. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna tear down the wall, and it should be pretty fun. My mom and I are doing it. I don't know where she went. She ran off, but, oh, there she is. Hey, say hi to the YouTube world. That's my mom. We're doing all the demo and the carrying of things, so we're gonna get to it. We'll see how this goes. Oh, it's here and it's big. So we got the big one. This whole massive dumpster is gonna be full with our stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. We're gonna take all that stuff from that destroyed wall that I showed you guys a second ago. We're gonna haul it all down the stairs, around the corner, out the garage door, and into that dumpster. And we'll see how it goes. Should be kind of fun. I should also say that we actually have a pile of crap too. All the stuff you guys saw in that early intro video, we have all that carpet and roof scraps that have to go in there as well. So a lot of stuff. Well, we did it. Good stuff. So that whole section is now totally clear, and we're ready to start getting that demoed wall from upstairs down into the same dumpster. Oh, a lot of work. Let's do it. All right, update. Quick little update here for you guys. It is now the end of week 2, I guess. Yeah, end of week 2. We did some demo work yesterday. That said, we got our permit approved. We got that pile taken out, obviously, but we also did a little bit of demolition. So let me show you guys around because it is pretty nice. You guys can see, here's this room all done with all the pile taken out. So this is gonna be our one big classroom, super pretty. And then we also took out the wall in here for my office. So this is now all my office space. There used to be a little wall that went right here and kind of made this area smaller. So now it's bigger. And then that whole hallway, we're gonna put a door right there that kind of wall gets this whole office space closed off. And then we're gonna frame that up, and we're gonna frame that up so that those are just part of a wall. So pretty darn awesome. Making some really, really good progress. And then we've got this wall to go out today. So goal is to take this whole thing down, pull this all out. Right now we got to disconnect all the data cables. That's coaxial. We've got Cat 5 over there, security stuff, as well as there's power running through the wall. Everything's off right now, but we got to get all that traced back, pulled out, and then we'll be pulling this thing out. And hopefully by the end of the day today, we won't have a wall anymore, which will be super awesome. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I was thinking, yeah, well, here's the deal. We should do something fun together because, you know, well, it's time to do something fun. So here's a hammer, here's a wall, and guess what? We're gonna blow a hole in it together. So let's do it. Claw hammer. Look at that, there's the other room. Yay, we did it. So pretty sweet. We had a layer of drywall and then a layer of some sort of soundproofing. I don't know if it's rock wool or what, but had to get that. That's been out throughout the whole building. Have to trace back these electric wires. I have the electrician, who's a good friend of mine, coming in next week, but I want to make his life as easy as possible when he comes in so that keep things affordable, obviously, because electricians are pricey. So I'm going to trace back kind of where these go. I already kind of know. I just need to label them for him. So that's the next plan. But yeah, we're basically done with this half. So we're gonna pull off the other half and then take the studs out and then clean everything up, and we should be off to the races for the day, which is gonna be really awesome to have all the demo done. Next week we'll start framing and doing things like that. So I'll catch up with you guys when this wall is down and we'll talk about the plan from here on out. So another thing that I want to show you guys is the server cabinet, because it's actually come quite a long way since you guys saw it last time. Tony, our IT guy, is going to be working on this quite a bit in the next few days, but kind of exciting. We got the server mount, the rack mounted to the wall. So let me flip you guys around and I'll explain kind of what's going on here. All right, so what we've got going on right now basically is our main internet from Charter comes in right here. And then these three things are basically our modem and the thing for our phone system, and basically all that stuff's just right up there, which is cool. But the big thing is we've got 52 Cat5 cables coming out of the ceiling up there, and all of them connect to different ports, different Cat5 jacks around the building. And so the whole idea is we want to make sure that all of those get activated. So what we did was we bought three, these are called patch panels, and these are actually pass-through patch panels. So you actually have one Cat5 jack on, these are actually Cat6 jacks, but anyway, you have one Cat5 jack that plugs in the back of the patch panel, and then to the front of the patch panel right here, you can plug in another Cat5 cable, and that connects this, basically this patch panel connects what you're plugging into the front to what you're plugging in the back. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of these cables and terminate them, basically put ends like those Cat5 ends or RJ45 ends on the back of them. We're gonna plug them all in the backs of all of these. You can see we've got 72 ports to do that. And then the rest of our server and networking hardware will go here. We've got 248 port switches that'll be in here later. We've got obviously our firewall, our aggregation switch, a UPS battery backup, just like tons of server equipment. We'll also have a server as well. And that's all gonna go in here, and I'll explain kind of what that does a little bit later on, because a lot of it's really cool for like Jeff and I video editing off of the server. So that's kind of awesome. And then we have security guys coming in later to do the security system, so it should be pretty cool. I love stuff like this because I think it's just so fascinating. And we've got this 20U server rack, which is like, oh, I'm all about it. It's kind of awesome. All right, we're done. This is the end of the second week of work, and you guys can see the wall's gone. So we blew through the whole thing, took the framing out, took the drywall out. You guys can see if I point down at it, we've got a full, that's a 40 cubic yard dumpster from our local trash company. I got that all loaded up. So we're done with demo. So just to do a quick recap this week, we got this whole room ready. So that's all gonna be one classroom. And then we got this beautiful room done. We got my office done down there, and we're ready for another week. So next week, big thing is gonna be some simple framing. We just have to basically frame shut a couple doors. We have to frame in a new door to my office. And then once that framing is done, we're gonna throw some drywall up, multiple layers. We're using this cool soundproofing material called green glue. It's pretty sweet. I did a bunch of reading on soundproofing because we obviously need to make sure one room doesn't carry to the other. So we're gonna put that on, second layer of drywall in some places, and then we are not drywallers, so we're gonna have our painter friend, who's also a really good drywaller, come in and do the mudding and the taping and all of that. And then we just got a quote for the ceiling, so that's awesome. We're gonna have, once that's all done, we're gonna have my electrician come in, do all the electrical work, hook that up, get the ceiling guy to come in to drop a ceiling, get the electrician to come in again and wire up the lights in the ceiling, HVAC guy to come in and do the HVAC in the ceiling, inspector to come in to inspect it all, and then finally the drop ceiling will be done. Then we'll have paint and carpet and all of that stuff. So we're getting there. We've got, what, 6 weeks left at the end of this week. So we're coming down to crunch time, but I think we're gonna make it. So hope you guys like this video. Hope you guys like these updates. If you do, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. If you guys have questions or you have things that we could have done differently, I love learning about this stuff. I built an observatory, I built a shop for myself all up to code. It was kind of a fun project. I love learning about this stuff. My mom and I love working on these projects, so it's kind of an awesome time to do it. But anyway, if you guys have questions, if you guys have comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Please be nice, because I'm definitely learning as I go. We try to do all the stuff that we can handle, and then we obviously hire out the stuff that we shouldn't be messing with. So that's what we've been doing. Anyway, leave a comment down below if you have a question. Hit that like button if you want future updates, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Hit subscribe if you want to stay up to date with more videos, and next week we'll have another little update. Thanks guys, catch you in the next one. Woo!